What's he unboxing? What'd it be? Well, I don't know. Shut up and see.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Ever have one of those days or one of those weeks or one of those lives where you just need a little something to pick you up? Well, out of nowhere, I got that little something in the form of a package that I was not expecting. It's a very light package. I don't know what's in it. I wasn't given any sort of warning or notice or keep an eye out for this certain thing coming in the mail right to you. But it's from a familiar name, and he's a really great guy. And I'm excited and very, very curious to see what this could be. So we're going to get into this probably as fast as everybody always hopes I get into it. I know what a lot of you probably think, like, oh my gosh, he's been going for like 12 minutes and we haven't seen a book yet. So I don't know if there's a book in here. We'll see. So I'm opening it up. Here's a piece of paper and some cool things right there. Let me see what this is. It is a letter. Dear Jeff, I thought it was a shame that you couldn't continue your Centipede vintage horror set, so I decided to gift you this. Oh man, Gila may not be the Iliad, but I think it is a lot of fun. I really love the Centipede vintage horror set, both the content and the design. I give them a lot of credit for going out there with something really different, something outside of the highly marketable bestsellers. I give some top credit also for doing Wolfen, Butcher Boy, and others beside the usual stuff. That is very true. That is one thing I do respect about a lot of the publishers we collect. It's not just limited to Centipede and Sun Tup, but Earthling takes risks on new authors like crazy cats like Philip Fracassi. They follow the work, they do the worthy work, except for maybe Bentley Little. But by and large, that I do. I do appreciate that when publishers pursue the good works. I'd asked Jared to send this directly to you. There was a delay because he had to print the dust jacket and forgot and mailed it to me instead. So please excuse the delay. A delay for something I wasn't expecting is not a delay. And our mailing follow-ups continue. Yeah, because I remember the one time you sent it to the address that I posted. It's my fault, and I really felt awful for that. I threw a couple of knickknacks in it as well. I wish you and the family the best, and thanks for your channel. I have been watching for a long time and enjoy it. Thank you so much, Alan. That is this alone, this letter alone is worth so much, and it keeps me going week to week. Every Monday when people show up, share their thoughts, and get into it about books, and we enjoy this together. That's gas in the tank, man, and it's deeply appreciated. And you can't even imagine how on time this is. Seriously, I think the universe partnered with you, and that mailing delay, however that happened, where Jared shipped it to you first, that all worked into the whole plan, the whole scheme of things, which is really right on time. Thank you. So let's see what knickknacks are in here. I couldn't help but notice a couple of things. This caught my eye. This is the Poe Museum in Richmond, Virginia. Oh, that is really cool. It is a bookmark. It's a flat little bookmark with a ribbon you toss over the book, and it's a bookmark from the Poe Museum. That is wild. That is really cool. We got some other more traditional bookmarks. We got Supernatural TV show bookmark, and on the back, Halloween. So that is cool. I've never seen the show Supernatural, but yeah, we're all familiar with Halloween. Oh, very cool. Mitch wouldn't know who this is, but Vincent Price is an icon in classic vintage horror movies. Vincent Price is very much part of the Edgar Allan Poe filmography. If you're always curious, you'll never be bored. Man, it is so true. And then Death's Head Press, I have something by them the Joe Lansdale short story, Hungry Snow, little chapbook. This is awesome. That is, they live. Oh, they live, man. Obey. Wow. Consume by. That is wild. We got A is for Arsenic, The Poisons of Agatha Christie. Jill keeps trying to convince me that arsenic is a good thing. She keeps giving it to me. Another Death's Head Press. These cats are cool. Splatter westerns that they've done right there. Some familiar names. The Levidian Press, or Levidian Publications, the Letterpress Publications. Now, this is Levidian Magnet. I love that. I got one. I got one previously, but I have this metal desk, and it's perfect there. And then the Suntop coaster. These are infinitely, phenomenally useful. God, I miss collecting Suntops. Oh. So let's get to the main feature here. And we have... Now, I didn't know there was a mix-up with the DJs. They weren't printed correctly or something? Or you got a damaged one? But yes, I wanted to buy this. Jared himself reached out to me and said, I'm saving your number. And I told him I just couldn't do it. And it's hard. It really is hard because I don't have the entire set of vintage horror, but I have the ones I've read I've loved. Sellers was fantastic. I haven't read The Gas yet, but I also have The Dogs and Hellhound, and I read both of those. These are great books. And Gila sounded particularly good. So the Dust Jackets are wild for vintage horror because they have this die cut to show the printed boards, or little happy faces. And I don't know if Jared does printed boards on other titles, but the vintage horror series are all like this. And very, very cool. Very cool. We got that front piece. And I just love the way Jared designs does the book design and everything. And there's additional art inside. So my understanding is this is like a creature feature horror book. And it is signed by our friends Kathryn Ptacek, the author. Sorry, Kathryn, if I'm mispronouncing your name. Ben Baldwin, Alan Kozowski, and Tom Hallman. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Oh, I am so happy to have this on my shelf. I'm looking for something to read, something totally unexpected out of the blue, to throw on my TBR to kind of shake some brain dust off. This is right on time. I've been very, very lax on my TBR attending to that. And this is so awesome. So thank you. It means the world, Alan. Trust me, it means the world. And I cannot thank you enough. And every time I find myself thanking people, it just seems to fall short of how I really do feel about getting these treasures and just what it means that you went through the trouble to do that. It means a lot. And I'm glad I get to share that joy with everybody and add this to the shelves. So, wow, I'm going to enjoy this, going to shelf it. And thank you all for joining me this time. Hope to see you again next time. And in the meantime, stay frosty.